Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Gemini. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about my Wrestlemania 22 story when I was in Chicago. It was a Sunday, and me and my buddy, we decided to go to Wrestlemania at the last minute. We were in Chicago, more or less to see the city. We weren't really high on Triple H and the WWE at the time, so we were in the city to see Chicago and see Wrigley Field and Comiskey Park. And so that Sunday comes up, and we decide it's time. We're going. We're going to go over to Allstate Arena, and we're going to watch Mania. Oh, man, did this turn into a day from hell. So anyways, we decide we're going to go, but we don't realize we're on the other side of Chicago. We're 13 miles away from Allstate Arena. And Allstate Arena is in Rosemont, Illinois. So we decide we're going to go. And so we first off we take a train. We take the subway, and we take the subway to get to the airport to take a bus to take another train to Allstate Arena. And so there's like 4 different ways. You're taking a bus, you're taking a train. And so finally you get there, and then finally you're on your way. And then finally you're on the bus with all the insane UK people with their flags and everything, and they're going crazy. Get to the show. Show was just awesome. I mean, Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon. I mean, the crowd was insane. They booed Cena out the building. I mean, it was a great show. And John Cena and Triple H main evented, and Lillian Garcia was hot. I mean, everything was cool. Everything was cool by 22. Security was tight. People getting ejected out of the Rosemont Horizon left and right. But everything was still cool until we had to leave. So when we had to leave, there's tons of people outside. And we're like, man, we got to get back to the other side of Chicago where our hotel is. And so we're like, we got to get a taxi. And so we can't get a taxi. There's so many people out there. It's insane. We're having trouble getting a taxi. We're having trouble getting a phone number for the taxi. We're like, fuck! And so we can't really get a taxi, and we're like, okay. And then we're like, okay, we're gonna wait it out. We're gonna find a taxi. We finally find a taxi. We get in the taxi, and he takes us to the first bus station. We get to the bus station, and that bus station is closed, and that route's done for the night. And we're like, well, shit, we need to take the bus station and get back to the airport, where we could take the other train and get back on the last bus ride. And so it's like these routes are closed, right? It's late at night, these routes are closed, and you need to get back on the bus to get back to your hotel. So finally we have to call another taxi. He takes us to the airport. We get to the airport, and this is like 1 or 2 in the morning. And keep in mind, the show had been over since like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And we're still trying to get back to the other side of Chicago at 8 o'clock at night. We're still trying to get back to the other side of Chicago at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And this is Chicago. This ain't no joke. So anyways, we get to the airport. And of course, we get to the airport at the time when there's a million people coming off flights. And so finally, we're in line to get a taxi. There's a big old long line. And finally, I tell my buddy, I'm like, okay, we're gonna take a shortcut here. We're gonna cut to the front of the taxi line. And we did. And we cut right in front of the taxi line to get us back to the hotel. And they started throwing rocks at us. They started spitting on us. They started pushing us, kicking us. And as we were in that taxi driving away, there was rocks being pelted at the car. I mean, it was crazy. It was like George Bush on the inauguration in 2000. Yeah, they were throwing rocks at the car, spitting on us, pushing us, kicking us. And finally, we got back to the hotel and flew back next day. But for that night, we were lost in Chicago. We weren't that old, mid-20s. We were lost in the second largest city in the world. We were on the other side of Chicago. We were getting mobbed by people at the airport. It was wild, for sure. It was wild. But I'm Gemini, and that's my WrestleMania 22 story. It was a wild night, for sure. Later.